HefTV. YouTube.com/HefTV.
Isn't it possible I'm just a person? I'm none of those labels. Maybe I'm just a person. A person just as important and as valid as anybody else that's calling me that shit, or anybody else that's fucking posting that shit in the comment section. Just as important as valid as the person who's watching this goddamn video right now. Maybe we're all equal. Maybe we're all just as fucking sane. Maybe we're just fucking crazy people walking around in a world that doesn't make any sense, trying to make fucking sense of it, just trying to minimize the damage we do to everybody else. Maybe that's what I am. Maybe I'm none of those fucking labels. Maybe I'm just an empathic, kind, caring person who's trying to make sense of this crazy fucking world.
Top of the morning to you, YouTube. It's your buttery voiced host, HefTV, coming at you today. It's Friday, which means it's podcast day, which also, of course, means joined by me, as always, is this guy over here,
Elite Tumbles.
and our good friend over here, Millennial Mike, because he will never introduce himself, but we love him. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Look at that beautiful
Look at him.
face.
Look at him. Sorry, ladies, he's taken.
I am not, and I'm wearing a kitten shirt.
He is
so.
wearing a kitten shirt. Ladies, jump on this. Jump on this. Miserable day outside. How's everybody
Horrible
doing?
day
It's
outside.
rainy and
Love it.
you loving it? It's a good sleeping day.
It's good sleeping, relaxing.
Read a
watch
book or
TV.
something. Yeah, play some
perfect.
video games.
Yeah, perfect day for that. I mean, I would have done that anyway. if it
Fair
was
enough.
inside.
Yeah, rain or
Yeah, I just
shine.
feel less lazy about it.
Exactly. You don't feel as bad about, doing that. And by that I mean Nathan, but a whole lot of Nathan. We have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot that's been going on.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Tumbles, actually, why don't you start? Because mine's going to take a bit. So, unless, Mike, did you have something you wanted to talk about?
I did not have anything to start
Nothing
with.
to start with? Tumbles?
Alright, so Walmart is making holiday shopping easier. So instead of cash or credit, you can now say, well, I'm paying with a third option, and that's taking a loan from Walmart. Walmart will literally give you a loan to pay for your Christmas shopping. And I have, there's an article on my phone that I have. Dumbass me probably got rid of it.
Extremely high interest rates, believe it or not.
25%.
25 to 30%. It caps at 30% interest, which is insane. But then again, you're getting a loan through the bank of Walmart, which is less than ideal, I would say. Probably not a good idea.
Under the deal, Walmart shoppers will be able to affirm loans of 3, 6, or 12 months to finance purchases ranging from $150 to $2,000. The loans are already being offered in Walmart stores. They will be available to Walmart's online shopping in the coming weeks.
Oof. So you can do it online, too? Go broke right from your PC. Nice. Or your smartphones.
My thing is like, how are they going to make sure that people pay them back, over a certain amount of time? So, something costs X amount of money, you have to pay back over a certain amount of time, how, what do you take from the people that you're going to make sure that they're going to pay it off?
I would probably guess that they would have to be indentured servants to Walmart. And they have to work at Walmart.
Dude,
if they don't pay
employees
back.
are about to spike, by 100%.
Yeah, or they're going to send the greeters to your house to collect.
And
they're just going to,
knock on your door. Walmart calling, oh crap! Hide the money!
Yeah, when it was...
Eat the safe.
Yeah, eat the safe. But it was funny when he was talking about it last night, he told me about it too, and I just immediately went on our phones, because we're just like, what? And we started doing, mad research on it. We're like, well, that's terrible.
That's horrible.
That's an awful idea. I mean, it probably helps people, but honestly, I wouldn't. Would you take a loan out from Walmart?
Not from Walmart. 25 to 30% is already what interest your credit card's charging you. I don't really need that on.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I thought it was lower than that.
25%. Isn't that like the going rate?
Really? I don't know.
I don't know.
Interesting.
No one for it. Unbelievable.
Unreal. Yeah, that sucks. I would not take a loan out from Walmart. This is bad business altogether.
You know, I'm kind of wondering if you could go to the Subway that's in Walmart and say that you're paying it with a Walmart loan.
Yeah, this is on my tab. Just put it on there.
This is on my tab. You know what? Free pretzelinis for everyone.
Yep. Oh my God. That is such a bad idea, though.
It's a horrible idea.
I don't agree with that at all. But I guarantee you, there's gonna be people that do it.
There's gonna be thousands.
Yep.
And most people are
that's
just,
so bad, though.
Oh my God.
And like, I wonder if you have to like fill out the stuff there and hold the line up, because you know they only have like 1 or 2 registers going at a time anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it.
They're like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. These people can wait. They're like, oh my God.
What if someone's a dumbass and goes to self-checkout and wants to do that? They're like, where's the loan
It's
option?
like, where's the loan? Come on, please. I don't have money. That sucks.
I think that's extremely fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, ugh.
Just when you thought Walmart couldn't get any greasier, they're now loan sharks.
Yep. I wonder if like the Walmart rangers are gonna show up to your house with a baseball bat and like break your kneecaps.
Probably. But they have to return the baseball bat to Walmart's when they're done with it, because it's a loaner bat.
These ones have not a lot of blood on them.
Yep. No, it's just it adds character. It adds character. Put that one in the back of the bats.
Bed Bath & Beyond of the Beyond section.
That's right. That's the chems for kids, right?
Holy shit! Yeah. Yup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Fuck that. That's bad news bears.
Dude, that's stupid, man.
This is not for kids. This is not for kids, which apparently everybody and their fucking mother has to say now because of the COPPA Act that is now because YouTube done and fucked up and got themselves in about $170 million worth of trouble with the FTC.
Yeah, just saying, just because it's a cat shirt does not mean that this is for little kids.
Yeah,
this is not
for kids. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to have to mark all 200 and whatever videos not safe for kids, which doesn't necessarily protect us either, I found out. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research into that.
Oh,
but
fun.
Yeah, so...
that sounds like a grand old time.
Yep, for everybody that doesn't know, COPPA stands for the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, and basically what it states is that... you can't collect personal information for kids under the age of 13 for targeted advertisements, which is what YouTube was doing, and they got in a lot of trouble for it. And again, it's like the highest paid out lawsuit, I think, in history, at least in the U.S. It's $170 million, which, you know, for Google is a drop in the bucket, I'm sure, but they had to pay that to the FTC. So what happens now, and as of December 10th, which is going to kind of tie in with another thing that's going to be talked about next, is they will, for any kids-related channels going forward after December 10th, they're going to cut basically the revenue for the videos by 90%. They're going to disable all comments, and they're basically going to stifle the channels and kind of like smush them in with everything else. And you will be held responsible. Each individual creator is responsible for their own channels and their own stuff, as far as being able to say whether or not it is directed towards kids, which there are very, very, very vague parameters of the box, so to speak, and what constitutes as for. And YouTube's advice to people is get a lawyer. That is from the mouths of YouTube. It's like, if you don't know what can or can't be posted, get a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, get a lawyer.
Wow.
Okay, because, you know, we can all do that. You know, we can afford the ridiculous legal fees.
Yeah.
But so now, even for smaller channels like ourselves, we have to go do that, and that is not... Well, first of all, let me finish bitching about this point. I blame the parents, and I blame YouTube. It's not the individual creator's fault, you know. We're producing content for a platform that should have known their stuff and should, you know what I mean, not do greasy stuff. But it's also the parents' fault, because God forbid you actually do some parenting and monitor what your kids are doing or what your kids are watching. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Instead of just sitting them down in front of the old digital babysitter.
That's literally, you know, they're like, here, watch this. Mom is gonna go day drinking and cry on her yoga mat.
Yep. Is that what I didn't think of the yoga mat. That's probably exactly what happens. So that's ridiculous. But it doesn't end there, kids, because
Wait, oh,
it gets even better.
You just said kids.
I did. I don't know.
Man.
Are we? Well, we're not monetized anyway. So, but here's another fun one. Again, with the updated terms of service as of December 10th. Any channel that is deemed not commercially viable by YouTube is on the chopping block, and YouTube reserves the right to delete any channel that is deemed not commercially viable. And since we are not monetized and we are a small channel, we're pretty much falling in that category. And it doesn't look like it seems that it is something that YouTube has always kind of had the right to do, but it's never been an issue until recently. And it all goes in with this COPPA shit and just everything all together. And they're just really, really trying to, I don't know, man, just stifle content creators and just, I don't know what they're doing, but it's crazy. And I mean, why are you gonna get rid of people who just do it for fun? You know what I mean? Like us, you know, we don't make any money off of this stuff. You know, we typically on any given video when we would go, we'd lose money. We'd go spend money at Replay or whatever.
That was our own money.
That was our own money we
spent.
spent.
From our paychecks.
Yeah, that was money that we had that we paid out to be able to do a video and stuff like that because it was fun and it's fun posting them. And the idea that, you know, and I have no idea what's going to happen. It'll literally just be, because there'll be no notice either. I'll wake up one day and there will be no HefTV anymore. I hope that doesn't happen, but in all likelihood, and I mean, especially with the fact that there really aren't any competing platforms. I mean, you got Storyfire, which is on its way, but that's like, it's tough to get. It's not like just anybody can start uploading to it like YouTube. Like, you know, I had a friend ask me a couple months back, like, how do you start a YouTube channel? I'm like, it's super easy. You log in with your Google credentials, and then you start uploading stuff to your channel. Name your channel, start uploading stuff. That easy. With Storyfire, there's like an application process, and stuff like that, and you're not, you know, guaranteed to get in, and with no other competing platforms, it's just very sad to think that, and you know, we only have a couple hundred videos on our channel. There's channels out there with, like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of videos, and that people do this for their full-time job, and this is these people's livelihood, and this is gonna, you know, and the COPPA thing, I think, is gonna strike first in the wallets of everybody, content-wise, and then from there, I mean, if you're not commercially viable, if you're not bringing in the money and you're not making Google any money, then you almost fall into that second category of being not commercially viable through no fault of your own. It's you know, in my opinion, it's all YouTube's fault. But it's sad to think, and you know, that this channel has been around for 12 years, but it didn't really start pumping out content on the regular before like the past year or so, a little over a year. And, you know, I love this channel, and I love you guys, and we've got a couple hundred people that are kind enough to subscribe and watch our stuff and listen to us. You know, yeah, we're talking about you, not you, that one over there, that guy.
Not you watching the video, but the person behind you. Oh,
what are you eating?
Oh
man, that looks delicious. Whatever you're eating.
They're not. Someone isn't supposed to be behind you. You're home alone. All right. Well, you are dead.
And just like that, that's how it happens.
Yep.
But so, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, about this whole thing.
That's beyond messed up. Like you said, we literally do this for fun. Like, we do this for fun. Like, I mean, we just enjoy doing it, and because YouTube isn't making money off us, you know, we're not gonna be around, and that's stupid. That's absolutely stupid. That, like, people. I mean, you know, people. Well, you can't do stuff for fun nowadays unless someone's making money off it, and that's absolute bullshit.
I agree.
Just think, how will this affect new channels?
That's another thing too. I mean, that's the thing, is that it's just anybody. You know, like somebody that has six subscribers.
It's like if you just make an account and obviously you're not gonna make money off of it for a while or anything, but like, I wonder what the time window is of when you started your account
versus... That is like a good question.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I think honestly after December 10th, which is when this all goes into effect, that it's not going to matter. I don't think there's going to be any grandfathering in or anything like that, you know what I mean, as of channels that are safe. I mean, I really hope that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem to be going down that route.
It's just like in January, if I make an account and start pumping out content and stuff, and then...
I mean, you might be able to get away with it for a while,
yeah, just
and then they'll just be like, you know...
Before they throw you on the chopping block.
Which is why I have to go in and I have to download from our channel all the videos so that aren't already on my hard drive, so that I at least have them. You know what I mean? Because there's stuff on there that is just strictly on the channel that I don't have any backups of. And I would like to have that stuff. I mean, a lot of it is small things, but there's like family on it and stuff like that, and things that, you know, you can't get back, and that I would want to have, you know, digital memories, so to speak, and stuff like that. So I think it's rotten. I absolutely think it's rotten. I don't see how, just because we're not making Google money, there's hundreds and hundreds of channels that are making Google money. We're not really costing them anything, you know, to have our space. You know, I don't understand why they feel the need to be able to, and again, this is something they've always been able to do, but they've never really, I mean, unless in extreme circumstances like hate speech or like anything crazy like that, I don't think they've really gone into just deleting people's channels, but you never know. And now, especially with everything that's going on, I think that you're going to see a spike in that, and it's gained a lot of notoriety. Like when I was looking through my feed on YouTube before, it was like the first.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. Nobody is happy about this. They're trying to do a no upload Tuesday, or no upload day on November 26th, which is this coming Tuesday. But then you're asking people who are on who do this again for their livelihood to basically forego a day's pay to get a point across to YouTube, but it's really the FTC they're trying to be mad at. So I don't think that's going to work, and I don't think a lot of people are going to do it. But there's online petitions, which I have signed multiple online petitions, and again, I know that normally they don't really help. But I'm just hoping that something happens, because we work hard at this, man. You know what I mean? And it's something I look forward to every week, doing this, or just if one of us has an idea for a video, freaking shoot it and upload it. You know what I mean? And just have fun with it. You know, and it's
my unboxing videos.
Your unboxing videos, and it's really the only hobbies, you know, outside of like gaming and shit that I have. You know, sleeping's kind of an awesome hobby.
Sleeping is a skill.
Sleeping is a skill. I like that. I have to put more points into it.
Making a podcast, just fall asleep midway through it.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, and you know our channel does get deleted, we can still go to Podbean and do podcasts on that. But you know, I think a whole lot of it. I mean, HefTV without the TV is. You know, it's like radio. And I have the face for radio and the voice for radio. I like the visual aspect of everything too.
Fight the good fight.
That's what I'm saying, man. And so everybody use your voices. We have a very small window of opportunity where the FTC is listening to people, and they read all the comments. If you go to the FTC website, there is an opportunity. I forget. It's a very small window of opportunity, but they are going to listen to people, and they are going to take people's viewpoints into consideration. And I know they do read all the comments and stuff, but you know, so it is an uncertain future for HefTV.
There's actually a guy that I watch on YouTube, and it's so funny because I don't know whether to consider it like a kids channel or like an adult channel or whatever. Like it's called.
Perfect.
Lamar Wilson.
Okay.
He does like a whole bunch of like unboxing videos and stuff. Like Xbox will send him stuff, and like Sony will send him stuff, or Amazon will, or eBay. And he opens them with this big ass knife, And I'm like, that they're gonna look at that and be like, alright, well, so I'm like, is it like a kid's channel? Because that's like all he does is just unboxing.
Well, that's actually one of the things that people bring up is since nobody really knows what constitutes. I mean, there are some cut and dried channels that are obviously meant for kids, you know what I mean, and that are targeted for kids and stuff like that.
LPS.
But a lot of stuff you don't know, like because I have a Ghostbusters thing there, you know what I mean, or because I've got cute pop Funkos that could be considered as appealing to kids, and I'm like, what? Nothing we fucking do on this channel is meant for kids. I think there's like literally one video on the channel, and it's like it was a message to Soulja Boy, and in the tag it's family friendly. It is literally the only video on the channel that is like
that out.
it's actually kind of funny. I mean it's short, but it was just asking him to stop. Basically, just stop.
Just stop. You're hurting yourself.
Yeah, but since nobody knows, like retro gaming channels. You know, who's gonna, if somebody's playing Super Mario versus like Gears of War. You know, one is gonna be for. It's all just stupid and confusing, and I don't get behind any of the things. And YouTube has been going downhill for a long time. And I've been bitching about it, well, basically since Google bought it out. And, you know, one of the things, and I hate to be taking up so much time, but I feel very deeply about this. One of the things that I always used to tell people, and I still tell people, is like back when I started YouTube and started really watching YouTube and getting into it, it was kind of like the Wild West of platforms. And it was almost like America's Home Videos, but everybody has a chance. You could be Joe Nobody, and you could rack up millions of views, and you could make money on it, which was a cool idea back when it was possible. But then when when we started doing this like on the regular, it started to get towards the adpocalypse, and then several adpocalypses, and then nobody knew what was safe to do anymore, and then you couldn't swear, and then you could swear, and now it doesn't fucking matter. What and that's why it's just like, well, instead of not swearing in the first 30 seconds or whatever, I don't give a fuck. Like, if we're gonna get taken down anyway, why hold back? You know what I mean? It's very frustrating, and disappointing, and we've with the inclusion of you and Alyssa and BD and Katie and everybody, it's like we're all a little family, dude, and and everybody out there, and we have our YouTube friends, Heatwave and Beyond Seattle Eats, and B for the V, of course, Billy. Billy, I worry about Billy's channel. He's really trying, and there's all these little content creators that it's just, the odds are stacked so against you anyway. Yep. And now they're just stacking them even higher, and and I'm going to use the F word again, but that's not fair, man. And granted, nothing in life is fair, I get it, but don't take away what little joy some people have with doing this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, even if the videos aren't for everybody, even if it's just like a video that like you wanted to do, or if there was a video that you wanted to do that was just because and you knew you probably wouldn't garner many views, but it was something you wanted to do, you could put it up. It's like artistic expression at its finest, and it's sad to see that this is what it's come to. It's very sad. So, while we have everybody around, I want to deeply, appreciate, speaking for myself, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody. Thank you, everybody who watches these, who's subscribed. Let's keep it growing. And we're not dead yet. Yet. But how do you feel? You're awfully quiet, Mike, and I know you're kind of new with HefTV. I mean, you've been behind the scenes with the artwork and stuff like that, but I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you've been with me since day one, so I know how you feel.
Woo!
But, I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think there are certain...
Yeah, I think there's other precautions that they could put in place instead of going down this route, but seems like they kind of need a quick solution,
and that's what they're doing.
That solution isn't a good one.
Yeah, even though it might not be a good decision, it definitely is a quick one. So... I don't know, there's just so many more precautions that if they had more time to work with. I feel like could have worked out better,
But here we are.
yeah, here we are.
It's just disappointing. On a happier note, Tumbles, you know who didn't die on Wednesday?
Oh,
Rodney
okay.
Reed.
Yeah.
Rodney
I
Reed
forgot
had
his
the stay
name.
of execution.
I
So
am so happy about
so
that.
am I. Way to go, everybody. That's freaking awesome. Now let's get this Jimmy
Do you even
Fennel
know who
fuck.
he is, Mike?
I was going to explain to Mike. So, long story short, back in 1996 in Texas, there was a woman named Stacy Stipes. She was a 19-year-old who was engaged to this white cop, Jimmy Fennel, who was a questionable individual at best. But she was cheating on him with a black dude named Rodney Reed. Now, she was found murdered with Rodney Reed's juices all up in her, which stays in the body for 4 to 5 days. You know what I mean? So just because it was there, and like there were all these things that were adding up to Rodney Reed not being the killer. And then come to find out that Jimmy Fennel, who was the cop guy, he did 10 years for some pretty serious shit while he was it was like kidnapping and stuff while he was on the job. Like he basically kidnapped this woman during a fight while he was on patrol. Like she was inebriated, he brought her to some like random fuck place and like made her dance and was like groping her for him and stuff like that. So he ended up doing a lot of time for that. While he was in prison, there are multiple people that have come forth and been like, yeah, he like basically admitted it, and like in no uncertain terms. It was like, yeah, like one of the dudes from the Aryan Brotherhood was like, yeah, he just came to me and was like, yeah, I killed her because he was a black guy. And not only that, but there was people in one of Fennel's classes or something like that for the police academy or something, or something along these lines, that he had been like, oh, you know, I'll kill her, and the person had said to him, well, then, you know, you'll have fingerprints all over her neck. He's like, no, I'm going to do it with the belt, which is how she was murdered. Nobody's looking at this guy. Nobody's fucking looking at this guy. So anyway, Rodney Reed was he was on death row since 1996. He was supposed to die Wednesday, but it garnered all sorts of media attention. Like Beyonce and all these famous people were backing him and being like, and keeping in mind this is in Texas, and you're lying to yourself if you think race has nothing to do with this at all, because Texas is its own entity, and is sadly way back in those times still. But so anyway, he got a stay of execution, which is awesome. I'm hoping that they absolutely exonerate him and they throw the book at this Fennel guy. So that's super cool. Again, that was one of the petitions that I signed, and I'm really glad that I signed that one, because he is now still alive, thanks to everybody and stuff like that. Certainly no help from Texas, but you know.
Well, it's Texas. What do you expect?
That's true.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Does
catch it
anybody
for
have
that.
an update on that puppy?
Narwhal, there were 300 applicants. Last time I checked the other day, there were over 300 applicants waiting to adopt Narwhal. It's a puppy with the puppers with the tail growing out of his head. He's so cute. I wanted to be one of them, but he's too far, and honestly, the dog is probably way too cool for me. He's way too lit. Just way too lit. He's too lit
for us to carry.
He's the big chungus of puppers. But yeah, so that's actually really cool. So I'm hoping a Narwhal goes to a nice home. Oh, here we go. Rooster Teeth, boy.
Rooster Teeth, they did like Red versus Blue.
I think so, yeah. Mike.
Red versus Blue. Yeah, they have a couple other subdivision channels. And
Do you hear about their vice president?
I did once you told me about it.
Oh yeah. So
No,
the vice president of Rooster Teeth was arrested
Oh,
on some pretty heinous charges for like allegations. We're gonna say allegations right now, but let's call a spade a spade. This dude's a scumbag. So he basically like choked his wife and beat her and bit her and all that stuff, and this has been going on for a long time. And there's like a whole gross story on the whole thing. I don't want to get into all the specifics, but and I guess like he threatened her with a gun and was threatening to end his daughter and his wife. I'm like, classy guy, nice. Let's keep pumping out assholes like this, you know. So he was in jail. and was released on a personal recognizance bond.
Was it personal?
It's basically an ROR. That it was like, hey, he pays a bunch of money and you can go out. But he's like banned from. He has like an emergency protective order was put into place. Thank Christ. The judicial system did something right. Actually, they're 2 for 2 on this podcast. So all right, USA.
Go judicial
right?
system.
But so so he and I saw it and I was like, well, Mike loves Rooster Teeth. I'm like, that really sucks. And you can't hold the whole company. I mean, it looks awful for Rooster Teeth. I mean, it's just for the one guy, but what a piece of shit. What an absolute piece of shit. And the guy looks like a bitch. And I don't mean like in a. I mean, he looks like a pussy. I mean, I'm just like, I could fart and fuck this guy up. And I'm like, those are the guys that think they can get away with hitting women, and that's absolutely disgusting. But so hopefully he'll be going to jail for a long time, and they're gonna look at this case and be like, yeah, maybe he killed Stacy Stives. Let's get him and Fallon on one and the same docket.
Honestly, the night that she died.
And it's funny because the guy's a year younger than me, and he looks terrible. It just made me feel real good.
What's the guy's name? I'll look up photo.
I can't remember. If you just look up Rooster Teeth Vice President. It's like Michael Johnson something. I forget his name. It's not important. The guy's a piece of shit. But so yeah, let's throw him into the blender.
Oh, dude.
See?
Come on.
Did you show Mikey?
So that's like a picture of him.
I know what he looks like.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Dude,
oh, yeah, you watched the video, didn't you? Okay.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's...
Oh, my God.
That's that guy. Oh, boy, we haven't hit on GameStop in a while, have we?
No, Jesus.
So...
Does anybody know what they're up to? I don't even know.
I sure do.
I'm living under a rock.
I sure do.
Oh,
boy, am I
sweet.
glad you asked.
Ah.
You were jumping topics all over the place today. More caffeine, that's what I need.
Caffeine is a good thing.
Okay, back. There was no cut there whatsoever. I'm going to get it in editing. Everybody is familiar with Camelot 331. I know I've talked about it a bunch of times. Are you familiar? So now at the corporate level, because Camelot has been receiving...
Didn't someone like want to sue him or something?
Yeah, that's a completely different thing.
Okay.
But so now... He's gotten people from the corporate office are hitting him up and being like, dude, like, we are huge fans of your, like, because nobody knew about the mass firings until Cam's video, or Cody's video came out. And so then they started, like, everybody in the corporate offices was like, oh, crap, we should really start paying attention. So it's like, and they're not allowed to talk about the videos. If they talk about the videos or anything like that, they get walked out and fired on the spot.
Damn.
At the corporate level.
Wow.
Everybody, the business is going belly up. People are leaving left and right on a daily basis, at the corporate level. But so now, the CEO, I believe his last name is Shepard or something like that, has put a video out about Cody and being like, they're trying to take a plan of action as to what to do about him. They're not allowed to, like, discuss any of the videos, and they're not allowed to basically the guy saying that all Cody's videos are fake, which obviously they're not, because everything Cody said happened. And so I just think it's funny that Cody is now like GameStop enemy number one, but everybody's on board with him for the most part, except for all the stockholders. You know, so I think that's really funny. Go Cam, that's freaking awesome. They want to put, they're trying to figure out ways to combat his videos, and one of the things they were talking about was putting out videos to literally on the GameStop YouTube channel to combat his videos with, and I'm like, why? Like, this dude is like known for exposing stuff like this. You can't swipe this under the rug or anything like that. It's like,
is false.
Yeah, it's like, that's not true. We're not gonna fire everybody. Oh, we're still rolling. But so I thought that was really funny. So GameStop is on that, and then they're just fighting a losing battle. which is ridiculous, and Cody's just going to keep doing what Cody does, you know, so everybody go show support on Camelot 331's YouTube channel, because he is great. Not sponsored, just love the guy.
Fighting the good fight.
Fighting the good fight, yep, him, Jeremy from the Quartering. Everybody's doing their part. Rich at Review Tech USA, one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a fellow upstate New Yorker. I think he's out more like Rochester way, out that away. But great dude. Also fighting the good fight. So there's people out there that are trying.
And you know what? Hopefully they make it.
I hope so.
Damn, dude, like that was. Whew.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have anything to add, man?
Not really.
You are very quiet.
I never really have anything prepared when I come in here.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, neither does like.
Well, I only have a list because there was like so many things I wanted to talk about. I was like, I'm drinking and I'm gonna forget all these, so I have to write them down in my manliest pink. Real man writing. That lighting is terrible. Real man writing pink. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Google Stadia. You want to talk about Google Stadia a little bit?
I haven't heard anything about until like this week. I heard like it's
terrible.
I heard like there's some game demos on it and stuff, but like.
So if you don't know what Google Stadia is,
well, we all know what it is.
Okay. Do you know what Google Stadia is?
Yeah.
Okay. Latency issues. We're going to talk about that first and foremost.
Oh, everyone's. Mike is like, I'm getting my.
There's a video. I can't. I have terrible circulation. I can't do that. There's a video of a gentleman who was, I forget what newspaper he worked for, what publication he worked for, but he's like demonstrating the latency on Destiny 2. He'll tap a spacebar and then literally a second later, like it's ridiculous the latency on it. His character will jump. It makes it almost unplayable. They're all old games. It was only supposed to, I think, release with a dozen games, which were all older games. There's like one new game that is exclusive to Stadia called Gylt, G-Y-L-T, because why would you spell it normal? Because, you know, but at any rate.
Well, people now know what they feel when they buy it.
You know, So latency issues, a huge problem. Shitty game lineup. They added another 10 games, so it dropped with 22 games, but they're all, again, older games that they're charging full price for that perform better on consoles. And especially, and another big problem is data caps, where I believe it was after, I forget exactly, it was like after 7 hours of playing Destiny 2, it used like some huge amount of gigabytes, which would be non-conducive for people that, obviously, again, have data caps or don't have the greatest internet and stuff like that. So just an all-around bad idea. It was supposed to drop with, like, features that aren't there yet. A lot of people who pre-ordered it and were supposed to get their controllers or with it haven't gotten their controllers. There's all sorts of excuses coming from Google, and just all around, I never got behind this idea. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and especially with like the Xbox xCloud, it's just crushing the shit out of it. But so Google Stadia, I can't say enough bad things about, and I hope that fails.
Did Google partner with Bethesda?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bethesda, EA, and Google are now, and EA is like the good guys now. I'm like, what happened?
EA's just like,
it's like, whoa, there's people worse. Yeah, there's people worse than us. Let's see what let's see what happens here. So yeah, Google Stadia is a complete disappointment. Some people are saying they don't have problems with it, but I've been hearing an awful lot more bad stuff about it than I have been hearing good stuff about it. So
give it a few months after its release, and I'm sure most of the problems will be fixed. The data caps, I don't see how that can be fixed, but...
Well, you could just repeal net neutrality. Get your shit together. Seriously, that's like the only thing I've ever voted on in my life was repealing net neutrality, and we lost that. So... Get your shit together. I'm just gonna keep yelling at people through the
Get your
podcast.
shit together.
The cloud services for Xbox and PlayStation have definitely increased the past couple months, and that's one good thing coming from it.
Well, you know what's awesome with that is because Microsoft partnered up with Sony to help them with their cloud. Just because, you know.
Yeah, it's a better cloud service. No,
Yeah,
Say it again?
I said it's a better cloud service.
Oh, good.
Okay, alright.
But, yeah, so...
I gotta take the victories where I can
That's
get
what I
them,
wanted
bro.
to hear.
It's a little benefit, that's it.
Still great games on both systems. But again, like, you know,
Better games on PlayStation.
Google Stadia, aren't they pretty much the same
Yeah,
games?
they're literally like the same.
Name one game.
One game, God of War.
The Last of Us.
Name another game. Shut the fuck up, Tumble.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Shut the fuck up, Mike.
Spider-Man, got the Uncharted series.
Uncharted, whatever, dude. Spider-Man, that's cool.
I think
That is a
The
pretty
Last
cool
of
game.
Us too is like
That's right.
I would have I would have killed somebody for The Last of Us too.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I
right.
swear to God, Mike. If you
Oh,
say
yeah, no,
that,
you
I'm
guys have
killing you.
Death Stranding. You can have it.
Oh, yeah. Spent
Wow.
$70 on that game.
Did you really?
I
I'm
got the Limited
sorry.
Edition.
Did you see Hideo Kojima's fucking shit about how
How Americans are like too stupid to understand it.
yeah, and not only that, but did you see the retraction they went through? Like, so it was apparently mistranslated, which I'm kind of rolling my eyes on because I think it's just damage control at this point. But I'm like-
what is Death Stranding even about?
It's the story for the game is incredible,
And it's got Conan O'Brien in it.
yeah, it's got Conan O'Brien in it for whatever fucking reason. But the story itself, you have no idea what's happening through the first 8 hours of it, and then the last little stretch of it is when everything starts coming together, making sense. The gameplay itself, though, so boring. I couldn't get more than 4 hours past it. I had to watch the rest of it on YouTube.
Are you serious?
It was. I'm fine with grinding in games and stuff. Like I've done that for many games before, but those are games I actually enjoy when it's not a chore.
Yeah.
Playing this game was just it was a chore more than anything else. The game was so boring. It's just
That's disappointing.
it's a huge open world and it's beautiful, and the music and everything. They actually had bands and producers and stuff make music just for the game.
Oh, that's
So it's cool.
cool.
You get new music and
That
stuff
is
if you
really
like
neat.
those
Yeah.
artists and
Always
stuff.
liked
It was pretty neat with that. Soundtrack was really good. It's just the game is just so bad.
If it makes you feel any better, I paid over $115 for Fallout 76 because when I ordered it, I overdrew my bank account because I knew I got paid a couple days later, and I was hoping that it wouldn't hit me with that because if it's within a couple days, I can usually get away with it. So it was like $80 or whatever, but they ended up charging me about $115 because, you know, it was like the $35 charge or whatever, which I was like, okay, whatever, I believe in this game. Whoops!
I spent over 200 on Mass Effect Andromeda, so.
Ooh. Alright, you win. You win. Ouch. That was a horrible game.
But Destiny, I spent $70 on. Played it for a couple hours.
And just farted out on it. Tumbles, what about you? What's the game you spent the most money on that you were like, God damn it, I should not have bought that. Or at least not have spent so much money on it.
Let's see. You know, I think, and this is really stupid, but Friday 13th, I think that was like the only one. I think that was because when it comes to me for video games, like I do my homework and see like what, like what it is and stuff, like the gameplay and all of that.
I just take a chance. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Bye.
That's kind of how I was. It's kind of how I am. I was gonna do that with Call of Duty World War II, but I was gonna buy the edition where you get the statue because I really wanted the statue, and you can't find any fucking where, and it pisses me off. And Joe has one,
No, does he really?
and he refuses to sell it to me.
Steal it and beat him with it. Sorry, Joe. Love you, buddy. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but Alyssa, feel better. I'm sorry this is so late into the podcast that we're saying this, but I hope you feel better, Alyssa. Mikey's telling us you're not feeling so good, so get better soon. Continue. Sorry about that. I would have felt terrible if I had forgotten. Yeah, you're going to beat Joe with the statue and
Yeah, I wanted the statue so bad, and I saw it like in Gamestop. It was the bundle was like $100, and I was like, no.
Can't justify it, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend, I'm not gonna spend $70 on a game, and then I don't know, another 30 for something that they probably made for like 10.
Yeah, that's fair. Friday the 13th, I liked. And
I did until I didn't.
Yeah, I was just gonna basically in a nutshell. That's how it was. I liked it until I didn't like it.
I did until it.
I think the lawsuit just. If the lawsuit had never happened, I'm pretty sure that game would have gotten a lot cooler.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah.
And I'd be playing it still more often than I do.
I still play Fallout.
I know you do, buddy. Somebody has to. And good on you. But you, again, man, you always stuck with Fallout, like through the good and the bad.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's insane. That's disappointing about Death Stranding, although, and you know what's funny is they were talking about, like, Konami rather, I'm getting my video games confused, we were watching a Resident Evil thing earlier. Konami may have been, like, a necessary evil for Kojima, so, like, instead of letting him indulge in his, like, craziness, the kind of, more focused and like kind of they kind of kept the reins on him and didn't let him do everything he wanted to do, which was kind of, and I've heard people say that was kind of a good idea, and that might have been what he needed, because look at Death Stranding, it's his first one that he's been able to do by himself, and it's not really, I mean, you got people that like the game, and that's cool. Not everybody is going to like the same stuff, which is great. Everybody's entitled to their wrong opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you. There we go. But, so that is disappointing because I loved Silent Hill. Was never really a big Metal Gear guy. I never really got into it. But, man, Silent Hill. Well, until Downpour until teams after the first 4 games. Even the 4th one, I was kind of like, I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of like painted myself into a corner there. I was like, yeah.
Can I talk about Fallout 76 real
Please?
quick since...
No.
Oh, well.
I'm going to do it anyway, so...
Yeah, well, alright. Continue talking about it.
Oh,
which one to go on to next?
Well, I think we should... Shh, the adults are talking. Yeah, go right ahead, man. What were we talking about, Fallout 76?
So as of recently, Bethesda has now been... What a shocker. I'm sure both of you know this, haven't been more players. And they recently... This
is for the helping, like, the bug testing, right? Like, the exploits that people are, like, trying to help them
There's one guy who made a website about how he has been helping Bethesda with bugs and glitches and stuff. They banned him. They perma-banned him. Because they were just like, okay, well, those are glitches and you're exploiting them, so...
But they're doing it to help them make the game better. I mean, maybe not all of them are, but I guarantee you that there's people out there, again, like you, that really care about the game, that are trying to help the team make the games better. Like, look at all the freaking... With all the other, like, any Bethesda game. Like, they'll just put out the game, and then they'll let modders patch it. Like, look at Skyrim. You got Skyrim, like, patches that you got to put at the top of the load order. Same with Fallout 4. Any modded Bethesda game, like, they just let the modders take care of their broken game, and they do, and they end up making the game way better. And I think that Bethesda needs all the people playing Fallout that they can to get those numbers up, and I think banning people for trying to help.
It's scary because I watched the video and it worried the hell out of me that they perma-banned this guy. Now this is so my dedication to Bethesda after what troubles they've gone through is nothing compared to what this guy did. This guy had 4 Fallout First accounts. He had 4 of them, so he would be paying $400 a year. He made the website. He accepted the 500 atoms because he believed in Bethesda.
Ooh.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of other stuff that this guy did, and they still permabanned him. And I'm like, damn, like, if Bethesda's doing that to somebody who really loves the game, I'm actually kind of scared. But at the same time...
But you don't do anything like that. You just play the game.
Yeah, I'm not exactly...
When are you going to give up on the game?
When?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I don't think you will. And you know what? I kind of admire that. Because, like, I'll fall out of love with games and then just, that's it.
Yeah.
Tumbles, I'll give it to him, man. He's loyal. And he loves the game. And I like the earlier Fallout games, but dude, even Fallout 76 to a degree. I mean, it's been over a year. The game's not fixed yet. But you can look like a turkey.
But you can look like a turkey.
The game's still broken.
In the Atom shop, there is the Pilgrim outfit. There's like a whole bunch of like tables and chairs and a cornucopia that you could buy, and there is a turkey outfit, and you can look like a turkey.
Probably like $15. I don't know how much it is, but it's probably close. $18 or something. I don't know.
What is 1,800 Atom points?
$18.
That's for the Pilgrim outfit. I'm like, damn! Like,
That's ridiculous.
Here I am sitting on like 80 Atoms, and I'm just like, no.
Nope.
Like the table's like 200, and I'm like, where am I gonna put a freaking table?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, my
I'm just waiting for Wastelanders to come out.
I think a lot of people are, but then that worries me too.
That worries me.
Because that's just gonna break the game more, I think.
Yep.
And it'll probably be cool. Honestly, I'll probably check it out when Wastelanders comes out.
The thing is that I don't really want to play it around Christmas time, because I'm sure Mike would agree with me. The Fallout noobs, there'll be new people who just get the game or whatever for Christmas, and then you have
people are gonna be getting that game for Christmas.
If they did, I'd punch whoever gave it to me right in the poo. I'd be like, Fallout 76. I'm gonna murder you.
and then you have like all of those people who are getting Fallout 76 strictly for Wastelanders, so you get more of an influx of people, and then you get even more of an influx from people who stop playing Fallout 76
and then are gonna come back to which
Wastelanders.
That's the one I fall into. I'll check it out, but I make no guarantees about sticking with it.
That honestly scares me, because like I don't think most people realize that getting onto servers like with other people, like if I'm going to trade something to somebody for caps, like it used to be a bitch because it would always say world full.
Yeah.
It is not said that at all for I don't know how long, and that shows how much that people have just stopped playing it, and that
that's true.
It kind of sucks, but I mean it's whatever.
But it's really nobody's fault but Bethesda's.
Yeah.
The game is just you haven't gotten any new content in like months.
There was actually a event that I partook in by the penitentiary. I think it was like patrol duty or something, and me in this level like 400 and like two people who are like levels 20 and 90 I think. I had to escort the Protectron while he was making his rounds, and like this thing was like running into walls, hitting into shit, and just continuously like the level 400 guy had like a mic, and he started laughing because the Protectron walked into a cell, and the level 20 runs by and closes the door and leaves the
locked him in there.
cell. And like he started laughing. Like I think the event is supposed to take like 10 minutes, dude. We were doing it for
like an hour.
Half an hour.
That's ridiculous.
It was insane.
Yeah, so that's again Bethesda's fault because the game is still broken. I can't stop looking at Mike's sweatshirt. That is an awesome sweatshirt.
What is that? I didn't even see it.
It's like a Tales from the Crypt front, but it's got Big Daddy.
Oh, okay.
And little sister. That's so cool. I like that a lot.
Beautiful Mike. So we're just.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so good news for horror fans.
No, right.
So
finally.
I know some good news for horror fans. Not Jason though, but our old buddy Freddy. So Wes Craven's estate recently got the rights to Freddy and everything.
Well,
so
good.
for a while, it could have gone either way. People were like, they could either sit on it and do nothing with it, and we would never see another Freddy anything again. But BloodyDisgusting.com reported the other day that Wes Craven's estate is taking pitches for new movies and series ideas for like a la HBO Go type series, and I think with that's what I said, and with the Creep Show series that's on Shudder, which was pretty good. First few episodes were pretty good. It kind of petered out towards the end, but wasn't awful. That is strictly reserved for the Twilight Zone reboot that they tried to do. That was on Hulu, I believe. Or it was on CBS or something, but it was just not good. It was not very good. So that's really cool. So we could see another Freddy movie or series. Casting is a big deal because I would love to see Robert Englund play Freddy, but he's older now, old-ish. So I would like to see that. But at least we're going to be getting some new Freddy stuff at some point. So that is super cool. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Even though I'm not the biggest Freddy fan, I do enjoy Freddy.
Fan. I'm really not. More of a Ghostface and Jason. Not a Freddy. I mean, I can respect it, but
Mike's a Leprechaun guy. That's the Leprechaun movie.
Oh God, no! Are you serious?
No, not at all. I just made that up.
Thank God. I was gonna be like, dude, I am sorry. You don't watch horror movies, do you, Mike?
Not too often, no.
He just lives
Not
one.
my forte. Yeah, I just live
He
one.
just live one. We all do.
Just live one.
Yep. It's scary.
I get to go to my horror movie in like an hour.
You do. My horror movie. Let's see. So that's pretty much everything I had to talk about. One last thing was going to be Black Friday. Oh man, that was a good stretch. Sorry, I needed that one.
What was that?
I don't know.
I had a burp when he was...
That was a burp?
Stretching. Oh, so yeah, that was weird. That's
That was
but whatever.
like-
It is what it is.
Good God.
So Black
You
Friday.
alright?
Are you gonna go shopping Black Friday?
No.
Are you going Black shopping Friday? Black Friday shopping? Black shopping on Friday.
Working so my coworker can go.
Really? Yeah, I'm doing a 4-hour shift Black Friday voluntarily, 10 to 2.
I'm doing 4 a.m. to noon.
Are you? That's basically just so I can have stories to send to Camelot.
You're in.
Yeah, I'm going to too.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
terrifying.
But I mean, I'm very interested to see. I haven't had to work retail on a Black Friday in over 20 years. Maybe not at all.
Brittany wanted me to go this Black Friday to get. Oh, I can't say what we're getting because it's Christmas gifts for my mom. And I was like, yeah, I'll totally go to Walmart with you guys. And she's like, all right, well, we're going to Boscos and other places afterwards. And I'm just like, I have to go to work for 2. Like, I can't be running around and not have any sleep. Like, no.
No.
It's just not going to happen. Which, it's not going to happen. I'm not doing that.
That was nice of you to work too, so your
Much rather
coworker
do
could
that.
go. What's that?
Good overtime.
Fair enough. Oh, I wonder if I get overtime. No, that doesn't make sense. Not overtime, but it'd be like holiday pay. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to work Black Friday, but... And then Brittany told me, she's like, well, why don't you just ask for Black Friday off? I'm like, because I get paid. No offense, I'd rather...
Work and get some money,
Yeah.
and be miserable than be at home doing nothing and getting no money for
And
it.
potentially...
And still being miserable.
And still being miserable, yeah. It's
Exactly.
like, oh.
Probably even more.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you're dwelling on it. You're like, well, I'm not working today. That's like how much money I'm going to be out this paycheck. It's adulting sucks.
I don't want to be an adult.
I don't either.
I don't want to be alive.
That got dark super quick.
Wait,
Well, we would miss you if you weren't around. And we love you.
wait, what am I... Wait, what'd you say?
He doesn't want... He's
It's like,
joking.
you guys are like, I don't want to work. I'm like,
I don't want to be alive.
Wow.
Mike's our little ray of black sunshine. Well, we would miss you terribly, Mike, and we're glad you're around, and we love you. Sometimes a little too much. Wow.
I have a question.
Sure.
If our channel doesn't get taken down, are they going to repo the parking lot?
No, fuck that. That's ours. We earned it. We earned that parking lot.
That was
That's our
everyone's
parking lot.
paycheck out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
will chain myself to the parking lot.
Somebody's coming in and not looking. It's like, oh, I got a text. What the hell was that? Well. Oh, another text. This is just our squished bodies in the background, like, ah. That's terrible. Let's see. I really don't think I can think of anything.
On the killer fish?
No, nothing on the killer fish. I believe they're all probably hibernating now.
I heard they made their own country.
They made their own country.
Yeah, the government's just keeping it under wraps, but there's an area where there's a pond and then there's a couple miles of land around it. For them
Yeah,
to
It's
golf.
for them, so they can walk around.
Yeah, but it's a controlled environment.
Oh my God.
There's like a government building. There's like a little
Fish
post office.
soldiers, that's the future.
Fish soldiers?
That's what they're doing. It's government.
They're putting little M16s in their flippers and stuff. It's like, come on, man! Hit the trenches! Boop! Just sliding around on their bellies. Oh, those fish. I love those fish.
Oh, man.
Oh, if only they weren't such a problem. But I mean, like, if I saw a fish flopping at me with a gun, I'd be like, yo, I surrender.
Like, yo, what the?
I'd be waving that white flag. Like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeesh. That's just government. Oh my God.
Yeah, they have their own judicial system now.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Do they have like the wigs, like the old timey ones with the white curls? They're like, hey. This has got way too ridiculous.
It's all above. It's all like up above ground though. So it's all like.
Oh yeah.
So every once in a while, you know, it's like a huge shutdown, and they all go in the
They
water.
shut down and they're just like,
Yeah.
start swimming around.
Yeah,
Like, we're getting
pretty
bored
much.
of breathing air now. Snacking on mice and shit. It's like, you guys are vicious.
Bring us the snacks.
Bring us the snacks. It's like a box full of cats. And they're just like, ah. Oh my God.
Their jaws unhinged like a cobra.
Yeah, it's like, why are you swallowing a tail first? That's the worst way to go. God.
Get to the trenches.
Get to the trench.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Yeah, well, that's pretty much all I had to go on. Went on plenty of rants today. You guys have anything you guys want to say? Nothing? Nothing from Mikey? How about you, Rumble Bums? Not a damn thing.
I don't know.
So we are not going to be doing a podcast next week because, again, it is Black Friday. I will be working. Tumbles will be working. Mike will be working. It's just not going to do so. So we're going to pick it back up in December. Wow. That's crazy to think about. That's crazy to think about because we missed the one for Halloween. So we didn't get one for October going into November. And now we're not going to go November into December. So it's great. We're on a very weird upload schedule. But so, yeah, so there's not going to be one next week, but the week after will be, and that'll be coming really damn close to the Terms of Service update. Terms of Service? Service. Yeah.
It'll be a week before.
The
It'll be the last podcast before the
last podcast, yes. So hopefully there'll be some more information about what the hell is going on with the state of YouTube, and hopefully it won't all be abysmal news. But with that, I think we're going to call it for the day. Obviously, I want to thank you all for watching and listening, and your support and subbing to the channel, and just putting up with us all the time. I want to thank, obviously, Mike. Want to thank Millennial Mike and, of course, my good buddy Tumbles here for showing up, guys. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I think he's broken. Oh my God. He's staring into your soul.
Dude, those eyes just piercing your...
D-E-D. Damn eyes, though.
Them eyes... Oh, dude, that's awesome. I think... Oh, alright, let me...
There's the thumbnail. There's the thumbnail, everybody. Guys, thank you guys so much for putting up with us and listening to us and all that good stuff. Guys, go out there and do good things because no one else is going to. If everybody did one good thing for somebody else each day, this world would not be such a bad place. Help save YouTube. Sign all the online petitions you can. And just keep doing stuff. We're just gonna put stuff on Mike. He's not a Christmas tree. We're not even in that season
You
yet.
can't do it on the head. You can't do it on the shoulder. It's not
I don't want to put. I don't want to ruin the hair, man.
ruining my hair.
We'll see you guys next time on HefTV. I'm stuck. What the hell?